Hello everybody, it's EzraTime again here, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are going to be reviewing a movie called Plane, which is directed by John Francis Richard and star Gerard Butler as the main character. And it's a story of the captain and the passenger that got crash landed on an island that actually ruled by a separatist or like a terrorist, and some sort like that. And yeah, it's an action thriller movie, and usually when you have an action movie starring Gerard Butler, that usually it's just like solidly, like usually it's just good, but it's not amazing, and that's exactly what this movie is. It was solid enough. So yeah, again, as we all know, January is where where Hollywood dumb their movies, like dumb their movies that kind of like throw away movies in a way, which is kind of surprising because Megan was a good movie, right? But that got released on January, and also Plane, that I didn't exactly plan to see it, but I hear such good, reviews. So I thought that, well, I'll check it out, why not? And it was a fun movie to say the least, and yeah, so we're gonna go to the positive part about the movie first, So the first thing I like is obviously the performance, I think Gerard Butler is amazing as the captain in this movie, Captain Brody Torrance, and then you got Mike Collar as Louis Gaspar, I think, which is the passenger that actually charged for homicide, and he and Louis and Brody basically bond together, and then we just follow these two for pretty much most of the movie, and I think these two has a great chemistry, at least in my opinion. Also we got Yoson An, I think, play as Samuel Dell. I like him, I like him as a character. I do think the characters in this movie are likable enough, like sure maybe they're not like a really well written character, but I feel like it's enough, like it's not exactly bad, a bad character that you just don't really care, but like you do care for the passenger, you do care for the main character, obviously. And that's the good thing about Plane, because usually when you have an action movie, usually the character wasn't that maybe wasn't that well written, but in this one, even though the writing is not that amazing, I do think it's solid enough to make you care for the main character. I think that's great. And also I think the action, even though the action is not that much in this movie, but when that happens, I think it's great. There is one fight scene that I think quite suspenseful, and there is a bunch of shooting obviously that happens in the end. I do think that's really fun to watch, and I think that's what Plane was supposed to do, I think, or like what the movie is trying to aim, is just to have a really fun action thriller movie, and we got that in a way. Although I will say this though, like my criticism for this movie along with Megan is that the two movies seems like I was expecting more. Like the two movies could be more. Megan could be more. The Killer Doll movie could be more. Plane, this movie could be more. Because I feel like there could be more action in my opinion, because I feel like I was expecting an action thriller, and then we do get that, but I feel like it's not that much. So like if you haven't watched the movie, then don't expect this movie to have like a lot of action from beginning to end. No, it's not. There is some suspenseful moment with the plane, obviously, when it crash landed and stuff like that. It was suspenseful, and I like that. But I feel like for the action thriller part, I think they kind of nailed that, but I don't know. I'm expecting more to it, because I feel like they could do more uh, with the action, but I feel like they don't really give us that, which is kind of sad to be honest. And that's what I'm saying. This movie could have been way more than it is, and I feel like they just don't really utilize the action that much. Even though when the action is happening, it was fun, And this movie is also felt very safe, but at the same time it was fine, well, maybe not very safe, but it was quite safe for the character. And I do think this is a, I don't know, like that might throw some people off, that the character was like safe in it, even though you're supposed to be intense and stuff like that, but the movie itself is kind of like feeling safe for like pretty much most of it. There is some intense moment, but it's like there is a lot of like safe moment for the character. So I think that's also my criticism, that I feel like the suspense wasn't that well utilized, for the rest of the movie, because I do think there is some great suspense here and there, where I was like, oh my god, is this character is going to make it, or are they gonna die? Or please leave, please be alive, or something like that, right? It does happen in the movie. It does make me feel that way, but I do think most of the movie, like I feel like this character are just like too safe in my opinion. There is some gruesome moment that happens in the movie, but I do think, and it was great, but it was like, yeah, that one moment, and then that's it, and like, okay, you know. But yeah, I do think Plane is still a solid movie. I highly recommend you guys to go check it out. You know, if you guys are a big fan of Gerard Butler, then I think you might like this movie. You know, I do think Gerard Butler is a good actor. You know, and I think I enjoy his performance here. You know, I enjoy his character, and again, the character is not like like a really well written character. No, but it was like solid. You know, you actually care for the character. You actually want the character to make it out alive, you know. And I think that's what we wanted, and that's what a movie's supposed to do, and then it does that, you know. Again, I'm just expecting a bit more for the action, you know. I feel like, you know, it's an action thriller, but the action wasn't that much, you know. So I think the movie could be more crazy with the action, but maybe that's just me. Who knows? So yeah, guys, have you guys watched Plane? You know, if you guys already watched it, then let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think about the movie. If you guys haven't watched Plane, then I highly recommend you guys to go watch it. You know, I do think it's a solid movie. You know, like it's not exactly a great, amazing movie, but it's solid enough that it does the job. You know, and then you care for the character. The action is fun when it happens. You know, so I think you're gonna have a fun time. It's 107 minutes long, so it's not that long. So give it a chance. You know, cause why not, right? So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this movie review, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff. You guys can support this channel further by clicking the join button below, so you guys can become a member for the channel, you know, to support me even further. And stay tuned for more movie reviews in the future, guys. I don't know where it's gonna be, but I guess we'll see. I have some movies in mind that I want to review, so I guess just wait for that. But yeah, guys, that's for my movie review today. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this movie review, and I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye!